They said that I cannot speak on the foundational Black American movement because I'm married to a booty scratcher. Which they're entitled to their opinion. That's fine. That's totally fine. But here's what I think about the FBA movement and any other movement that has to do with young Pharaoh, Brother Polight, Dr. Umar Johnson, all of these movements that y'all look up to, all these men, okay, that I guess guide you to help elevate your consciousness in these movies. Even Tariq Nasheed, ain't his wife like half white or something? Ain't Tariq Nasheed wife like half white? But here's what I would say about the FBA movement. It's no different than the KKK. Meant to divide, meant to separate you, to isolate you, to have you looking at other races that look like you and hating them for no reason. That is the same foundation and principles that the Ku Klux Klan build themselves on, which is protecting their whiteness, their pureness.
I'm going to keep it real for y'all. Tasha K, in my opinion, I just showed you the clip, expressed exactly how she feels about Black Americans or those that identify themselves as FBA. I myself am a Black person with lineage here, so I would fall under the FBA category. In particular, I'm a freeman because my ancestor doing research was a freeman. So when Tasha K says what she says, it is a complete disrespect to Black people who have lineage here, who come off those plantations, who come off of from the South, who have created inventions here, who were a part of the civil rights movement, who made it possible for not only Black immigrants from the diaspora to come over here and prosper, live a life, go to a lot of our schools, HBCU schools, but to talk shit about us and then don't even have your facts right. And I'm going to keep it real. People are entitled to their opinion, but they're not entitled to their own facts. She called the FBA movement a movement similar to the Ku Klux Klan. Let's examine that, because the last time I checked, FBA hasn't done any raids on the homes of African people, Caribbean people. We haven't gone into your home and took the men out of the home and castrated them and hung them on trees. We know that the Ku Klux Klan, before all these immigrants got here to become citizens, it was Black Americans who had to endure the racism. The Ku Klux Klan breaking into people's homes, going into people's homes and pulling out Black men and hanging them. Emmett Till is an example of what Black Americans were dealing with. Black Americans were the ones that have their blood and their sweat in the soil of this country that made it possible for people like Tasha K and her husband to be able to prosper in this country. Now, from what I understand, Tasha K has a Caribbean background, and her husband, who is from the continent of Africa, one of the countries is Maui, if I'm not mistaken. Correct me if I'm wrong. He comes from a place in Africa that has a whole lot of problems.
Because they did a military coup overthrowing the current government, they got sanctions. And instead of working it out with ECOWAS, they decided to leave. Mali, Burkina Faso, and Niger formed the Alliance of Sahel States, also known as AES. So if that's not divisive, I don't know what is. And then Mali itself is full of division. The Northerners versus the Southerners, and all of the terrorism that goes on in Mali. And again, that's
in the continent haven't cleaned up the continent. You've got Pan-Africans who tell us that we should leave Africa when you have the Africans who know the culture, the four ways and Norways, the land better than us as Black Americans. They're trying to come over here while we got Pan-African folks telling us to run over there. Marcus Garvey, who never stepped foot in the continent of Africa, but came here and told black folks to leave, that we should leave. Okay? This is why you know Tasha K has no understanding of what the FBA movement is, other than the fact that she doesn't like it, because people feel uncomfortable that for the first time in history, black Americans are identifying ourselves and delineating ourselves as all the other groups have done that have arrived here in this country we call America, mainly because of the 1965 Voters' Right Act.
Africans could not get on no plane or Caribbeans until after this day right here. Before this day right here, could no black person get on no plane. This today, Lyndon B. Johnson signed the Civil Rights Bill. There's go Martin Luther King behind him. If anybody tell you they was getting on the plane before this day, they lying.
Where Dr. King, standing right behind LB, who was the president at the time, watched him sign into law the 1965 Voters' Right Act, which allowed immigrants, particularly your black immigrants and your and other immigrants, to be able to come over to America and prosper. They've been eating off our plate, the crochet, to make that statement. They've been eating off of they've been cosplaying us as well. They come over here and they've been disrespectful. Now, I'm going to say
1970. It was 1970 for all of that was in effect. And if you go back and look, by 1975, the Africans started popping up. By 1976, 77, the Jamaicans started popping up. Because the first place the Jamaicans went was England in the 50s. They went to England. They couldn't come here. Wasn't no black immigrants flying here until in the 70s.
I'm not going to say all, but there have been some, and I've experienced it personally, that have been disrespectful to black American people. For the most part, when immigrants from other countries come here, they tend to isolate themselves and segregate themselves in their own community away from us. Whether it be East Africans, Nigerians, they tend to think, I'm in generalizing here, to think that they're better than us. Even though they haven't made their countries better, but they come over here, go to our schools, get their education, but their countries are still in a bad state.
You're a pretty sad black immigrant when you come to a country where people put their lives on the line just to use a restaurant, just to get on the bus. And you come here from Jamaica and the Caribbean and Africa with no regards to the people that put their life on the line for you to come here. This is my problem with black immigrants. They're very disrespectful to me. To me, they are. Because they can't do nothing with our ancestors. Their ancestors ain't did nothing for them, not when they come to the United States. Africans' ancestors in Africa did something for them in Africa. But when you come to the United States, you got to respect the black people that did something for you to be here.
K calling FBA the same as the Ku Klux Klan shows you that she doesn't really have a grasp of history, because remember Billie Holiday sung a song called Strange Fruit? What do you think the strange fruit was, Tasha K? It was black men being hung like Emmett Till. Most of your massacres in America, where you had Rosewood, you had Tulsa, Oklahoma, Black Wall Street, as some of us know it by, why did they get burnt down? Why did those communities get destroyed? Because it was white men who were associated with the Ku Klux Klan and various white hate groups that were always jealous of black people having our own. See, for the most part, we want to be left alone. We don't want to be bothered. But Tasha K, you jump yourself into the argument because I get it. You're upset. Your husband got called an African booty scratcher, and you're defending him. You have the right to defend your husband, but where you messed up is when you decided to take a broad brush to stereotype the whole community. You see it as just an organization in some sort of small movement, but you actually were disrespecting all Black Americans. Because what's happening today is that Black people are now waking up and saying, you know what? This Pan-African thing isn't working because Black people in America are the only ones that have been holding up the tradition of Pan-Africanism. Now, you also made a calculated mistake when you said in the opening statements of the video that I played for y'all that's been going around, you said that people in the FBA or the Black American, the movement, are looking up to Black men for some consciousness. You said Polight, who, by the way, is in prison right now serving time for being a child predator.
What's up, family? We up in here. We in Columbus, Ohio. With the king right here. We had our real estate company, our development company, making it happen. So right now we're working on a 26-unit project here in Columbus, Ohio.
A man who said that he would still follow someone like York, because he ain't a real doctor, that he would still follow him even if he had touched kids. He's sick. Then you said that that Umar Johnson is someone that we're looking up to, a man who doesn't take care of his kids, isn't licensed as a psychologist, who's been claiming he's going to open up a school in a broke down building in Wilmington, Delaware, going on close to 20 years now, been collecting
Dr.
money.
Umar Johnson, Prince of Pan-Africanism. We live. Detroit, Shrine of the Black Madonna, numero uno, #1. I'm out building with the guys.
There we go.
Shout out to the Detroit Nawapian Nation for doing my security.
Yes, sir.
Looking out for Dr. Umar Johnson. They have my back. Nawapians all day long. Shout out to Dr. York. You're getting out soon. Hold your head, elder.
Technically since 2005. Now, then you're saying people like Young Pharaoh, I believe, as a therapist, as a professional, that he may be borderline person. He may have a personality disorder. He may be a borderline person.
I like
because
sexy. He's gonna come out sexy. And y'all know I had to go to my favorite, the Asians, my favorite. So I'll show y'all the finished results. I'm gonna go out for a little bit. You're gonna see if it's busting. If not, I'm a parking lot pimp, my outside pimp till I bounce. Got me a stripper pole. See what's chopping. So let me make sure I can still play the game. Sexarella. These them sexarellas, and they came out exactly how I envisioned them in my mind. I'm telling y'all right now, it was either gonna be this, shark teeth, or yellow viper scales.
having identity problems now. Young Pharaoh. What do these guys all have in common? They were all a part of the Pan-African movement. All these guys hung out on Sinetta's TV's program, which really is centers itself around Pan-Africanism. Has nothing to do with foundational Black Americans or Black Americans who have foundation in this country from the very beginning. See, their system is that we should be this global Negro. This is my question. And I heard Brother Pharaoh says that, should I say the name correct, on his channel say this. How in the hell are we going to be this one big giant Negro, this unified Black diaspora, when you have Africans in different countries like Nigeria, South Africa, where South Africa is delineating right now, they want Africans out of their country.
This thing of you guys moving from one country to the other, it's no longer working. We don't want this as African people anymore. We are tired of seeing African migrants moving all over the world, refusing to fix your own countries. Now we're making it very clear to you guys, we don't want you here. We want you to fix your countries. Now you came here with a traveling document. You came with a passport. You know that you are a visitor, but now you decided to come and integrate in our communities. You know very well that what you have done is wrong.
How many children do you have here?
We can come
You
to
got
Ghana and do what you want.
Africans who don't like other Africans. And so if they have that mentality, and when they come here to America, what make you think that they want to unify, or they're capable of unifying with us as Black Americans, when a lot of times they come over with their tribalism? They bring tribalism with them. They manifest that tribalism in the way they carry themselves and the way they will treat us when they don't even get along with the Africans of different countries in their own country that they want out of their country. They have had names for us. They have had negative names for us. The Jamaicans have a term called Yankee, right? The Nigerians have a term for us called Calcutta. I may not be saying the term right, but Tasha K, when you talk like this, you're going to get pushback from people.
No, because you're upset that you think that I'm attacking you or whatever. And no, but I will say this, it's not divisive. You just haven't met all of us. Now, what I won't do, I appreciate everybody, but what you're not going to do, and that's as far as African, they have pejorative terms for us as a group. We have been known as an Akata, a Jank, a Yankee, all these things, and that has been over the years, even in the 60s, 70s, and before that.
Yep.
A person who ran across that border today and anchored themselves here by the 14th Amendment that was meant for the babies of slaves is not the same. That is a melanated immigrant. Everybody originated from Africa. Let's understand that, everybody, including white people. But if it's divisive for some FBA to label their lineage, then it's just as divisive when nobody says anything about, oh, they're Bahamian American or they're Caribbean American. It's not the same thing. There is a difference. We all were enslaved, but there is a difference from us and a boat stop. And that's only offensive because we're telling the truth. For years, a lot of these people, not all, because I don't classify all, even though you're sitting here classifying all FBA as the same, no ma'am. All of us are not. But what they're not going to do is sit up here and disrespect us. And I hear you saying that some FBA can be disrespectful to Africans. I will admit that. But I haven't heard you once say, because you labeling all of us, that some of them call us a Jareer, an Akata, cotton picker, all these things. Let's be clear. Your boat stop, we all have a boat stop. That's damn true. That's very true. But you left your boat stop to come to this boat stop. We had an ethnogenesis. We are different. If it's not wrong for someone to label themselves as Caribbean American and they left their boat stop or their parents came here and anchored them here with that 14th Amendment, it's not divisive.
Okay. My man, O'Shea Duke Jackson. What's up, man? It's been a minute. I used to be on his channel and we used to have Sunday Rumble. O'Shea has made a change in the way he looks at his content. And I want to play a small clip from O'Shea Duke Jackson's channel. Shout out to the brother, because he really exposed something about Tasha K here as it relates to where her husband comes from and who she really gets her support from.
Tasha K cannot get any money in the African continent as far as being monetized. She's a very, very talented creator, but her money comes from the Black American audience or people that live in America. It was so bad that her audience let her know that. Nice T girl, delineation is here to stay. Lorraine Jackson, you still have time to take this post down because you're about to get dragged talking about the most powerful, influential, resilient, spiritual, divine, chosen people in this world. You only feel that way because your husband is African. Way above your pay grade. Stick to gossip.
All right. This is why, from what I understand, that Tasha K has lost maybe 30,000 subs, maybe more now, because her support, she failed to recognize who her audience really is, who really supports her. Her audience that put her on the map was not the Black African audience. It wasn't the diaspora of the world. It wasn't Maui, where her husband comes from. It wasn't Nigeria. It wasn't West Africa. It wasn't South Africa. It wasn't the Congo. It was good old-fashioned, bred right here at home, Black Americans, FBA, ADOS, Freeman, whatever we choose to call ourselves. It was Black Americans that put your show on the map. The majority of your audience, the winos, are Black Americans. The majority of the people that put you where you are financially and have elevated your YouTube channel to where it is over these years have been Black Americans. You sat up there and named a bunch of dudes, Polight, who's a child predator, a man who's lost his mind as well, young, goofy Pharaoh, and a man who's a grifter, a liar, and he's also always referring to Black women in a sexual way, your Umar Dummy Johnson. None of them are part of the movement. They are Pan-Africans and have been for a very long time. Most of the Black conscious movement, if not all of it, operates off of a Pan-African paradigm. I also want to say to everybody that watches my channel that I took down the Roland Martin video because I realized that, you know, Tasha K deals in gossip, just like Poetic Flacco, who, by the way, is catching hell right now because Poetic Flacco has a history of talking negatively about Black Americans. Now, I got to keep it real. I think the reason why Poetic Flacco, when I really think about it, brought this whole thing about Roland Martin and his sexcapades outside of his marriage to Tasha K is because he knows that the FBA movement isn't very fond of Roland Martin. And I think he was trying to score everybody, listen to me, points, brownie points, an A+ with FBA. But it also backfired now on him because now it's come out that he has said some horrible things about Black American people. Because I hate to use that term tether, but if there's ever a person that's a tether, Poetic Flacco fits it to a T.
White supremacy, Trump. I enjoy and love Trump, right? I feel like Trump is a wonderful person to me. I enjoy his like characteristics more than I enjoy Kamala.
Nick Fuentes.
He's white. He's a white supremacist, but he's Mexican. Okay. I can deal with him because he keep it a buck. I'm for purizing America, getting rid of every other race, all the months, get rid of them. I'm all for that. Open and honest. Like saying, yo, I voted for Trump because Trump reminded me of what the good old days were like.
And just being as much of an Uncle Ruckus as you possibly can be.
Some of us, we might support Trump for other reasons, right? Some Negroes might say, yo, the good old white man gave me $1,200, right? Niggas voted for Trump for giving them $1,200.
Before Poetic Flacco blew up on YouTube, he was already talking negatively about Black people, particularly Black people who were trying to expose Umar Johnson. I remember. He was on panels with D. Durrell, who's now going to jail for medical fraud, going to prison, should I say. These are people who were hating on Black people that were exposing Umar Johnson. And Poetic Flacco loved to get on people's panels and talk a whole lot of you-know-what shit and talk shit about Black Americans. Now he's blown up, and now he's got all this, oh, I found another way. This is someone that Tasha K is now befriend. He calls Tasha K auntie. So you see, you've got two people who have something in common. They're not Black Americans. They brought an issue about Roland Martin. I put a video up about it. I did say, hey, this information came from Tasha K. She said that she saw the video. But then as I thought about everything and put it on perspective, I had to take that video down. People have the right to have their opinions, but you don't have a right to your own facts. And maybe this was the wake-up call that people needed on YouTube to say, you know what, maybe we shouldn't be supporting a Tasha K. Maybe we shouldn't be supporting this gossip that she comes out with. Still owes, she still owes money to Cardi B, right? Still owes that woman money. So even though she gives this apology,
had me fired up, because to refer to my family, and I get it, everybody has, they say any and everything about my family, but to see, I guess, them say that I don't somehow care about my people because I married an African man. To refer to me and my platform or my, my husband as booty scratcher. Now, he laughed about it. It's fine. But for me, I don't know, that hit different because I got a son. And to see our own black people, like, that's cool. That's cool. So here's the thing. And everybody's entitled. But here's the thing. I didn't have to react that way, because at the end of the day, when I get up here, whether I make $1 or not, and I was unmonetized on this platform for a long time, to anybody that felt offended by me referring to FBA as the KKK, I wholeheartedly apologize. All I saw was divisiveness, and I saw a group of people attacking me, attacking my family, so I attacked back.
The apology, folks, is hollow, because she really told you what she really believed and what she thought about Black Americans in her first take. She came out with that apology because she underestimated just how many people within the community of Black Americans, or people who see themselves as FBA, identify as FBA or ADOS or Freeman. I see myself as more of a Freeman because of my ancestry to the Freeman movement. But it's all in the same ideology in terms of I am foundational through my ancestry, straight up and down. My people come from North Carolina on my mother's side. My father's side, North Carolina, I can go right back to the roots of the soil. Tasha K and Poetic Flacco and those that run in their circles, I think, when I think about it, which is why I took the Roland Martin video down, you can't trust them. And she only gave the apology because she realized, damn, Black Americans are the ones putting money in my pocket. They're the ones they're buttering my biscuits. Okay, they're the ones that have elevated me, not the African, not the Caribbean, not someone from the Bahamas. They're not the one that have elevated you. It was Black Americans. So with that said, everybody, when people show you who they really are, believe them the first time. This is the Information Man. Share the video on all your social media. Share this damn video, should I say. Subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell notification if you're new to the channel. If you want more videos like this, I'll be back with more presentation. Y'all take care. I'm out of here. But I had to say what I had to say. And I may ruffle some people that follow me that may not agree with my take, but guess what? I don't expect that everyone that follows my channel to agree with everything I say on my content, because I don't want people who are just going to believe whatever they hear, right? I want people to challenge me, leave comments, have a different perspective. That's what we want over here, right? But be respectful about it, right? So you're going to agree with some things that I say about certain subject matters, and you're going to disagree with others. That's human nature. With that said, y'all take care. Peace. This is
Feel it, baby, stress is all around us. These high ceilings and I need it, baby. Pressure it, make diamonds, I won't steal it, baby. Silent, baby, hurts to see you crying. Know you trying, ain't no lying, baby. When I say I need you, greedy if I have to share you. It was me that all along did you wrong, thinking that I made you beautiful and strong. This toxicity, the death of me, I fear the day you gone. The most beautiful girl I've ever known. I'll find a way to treat you better. I swear there's no one out there like you. You teach me to be better. My talk is cheap, keep asking what I do. I'll fly you to the moon and hope I'll see you soon. I'll find a way to treat you better. No problem, I'll do whatever. Let her know, I gotta let her know that she my white horse, she my medical. She like my baby mama, know how to take care of me. Give my baby problems, you gon' regret everything. So I let her know